Videos recording, audio's recording. You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. No.
What's going on, huh?
She said testicles again.
Oh, quit making fun. You guys are in the background for a reason, please.
All right. The floor is yours. Let's go.
All right. Well, so remember last episode that we talked about the entire thing of what happened, the paranormal shit,
Yeah.
and the experiences. So afterwards, you told me that you felt weird about it, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt weird about it too, just because of what we had said, that between all four of us that night,
Yeah.
we all knew the description of it, we all saw it, we all kind of like how can I say it? We're familiar with what it was.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you play it back on the video, you see that I stare at the door a lot because I felt like someone was watching me from right there.
That's fucking crazy that you say that, bro, because Kat literally said the same shit as we were talking about that fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird that you bring that up because
Yeah, because I was like this, looking at you.
Yeah.
And I could just see something. I was like,
and you know what, man, I'm gonna go back to the video and check that shit
you'll
out.
see it.
But like, I definitely felt uncomfortable also, like talking about it, like reliving all that shit, and then just I don't know what the fuck it was.
Whatever. It is.
But that shit definitely like stayed in our mind.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, let's go ahead. Let's roll the intro. All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Broke Boys. I'm here with my boy Ramon.
I'm here with my boy Miss Smart.
So, as I was saying, last night I had this weird dream, and I saw it all over again.
Same thing.
Same fucking thing. Whatever that shit was, it definitely. I feel like since we talked about it yesterday, it came back because you kind of give it power when you talk about that shit.
Yeah.
So I was just like having this weird dream, and I knock out. I'm in the living room, and I pass out, and next thing you know, like Kat comes and she's just like, "Hey, like let's go lay in bed.
Yeah.
Let's go to sleep." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I get up and I go and I lay in bed. I don't remember anything after that. Pass out. I wake up at 6 a.m. And I'm just like, "Oh, cool. Now I'm just gonna get ready and I'm gonna, get busy for my Sunday."
Yeah.
But I had this weird fucking dream, and it was something that I can't quite explain other than the little bits and pieces that I do remember is seeing it. And me and you, we were talking here in this room. But there was nothing, no laptop,
Nothing.
just these two chairs in this room light off. That's it.
What the fuck?
But we're talking about it, and we're just having a simple conversation, and it's right there in the corner, just staring at us.
Yeah.
Exactly right there in that corner. And it's weird that you say that because you said that you saw it right there. Where I'm pointing at in the corner, that's exactly the same spot that Ramon was saying that he felt like there was somebody going to come in.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. Like I had that weird feeling because I'd be focused looking at you, and I just feel something right there.
That's insane. And it's one of those dreams that you don't remember everything completely, but we were talking to it, and it was saying something to us, but I don't fucking remember what it was. I completely just forgot about it.
Yeah.
And like I've been trying so hard to remember what it was, but I didn't want to bring it up. I was just like, I'm just gonna stay quiet. It was just a dream. It's whatever. And now that we're talking about it, you were experiencing shit, and then I brought it up to Kat in the morning, and Kat told me this crazy fucking thing that I still don't believe. I still don't believe it happened.
No, what is
So I'm gonna give the mic to Kat, and Kat can come over here and talk about it.
Oh, go ahead. Oh.
Okay, so I'm telling you.
Yeah, go ahead. Closer.
So on Friday,
Yeah.
ew. On Friday, Martin works in the evening, so like I'm here by myself with like my sister-in-law and her boyfriend. And on Friday, I was getting upset. And I was like, why am I getting mad? But it's because I was sitting in the living room and I felt like something was staring at me in the office, like from the office. This was on Friday.
Yeah.
So I was like
yeah.
upset and I was getting mad because like I know when I feel like when these things are around, like I feel it more. So when I felt that something was there, I was getting so upset because it was just making me mad because I knew it was there and I couldn't do anything about it. So I was in the living room and I was getting so upset and I was getting so anxious because I knew I was there by myself.
Yeah.
I knew Martin wasn't gonna get home until late. So I was like hella scared. And then I kind of just like left it alone for like a little bit. And then I opened the window in the office and I was like, "You, whatever's here has to leave. Like, you have to leave." And I had the light on in the office. And I had the window open right there where Tulip lays. And I was like, "Whatever's in here has to leave. Like, I'm not getting punked in my own house. Like, whatever's here has to leave."
I respect that you told me to kick rocks.
I was like doing all that, acting all brave, and then I couldn't turn the light off. I was scared to turn the light off because I felt like something was still there. So I went through the kitchen and turned the light off, and then I went to the room. So that was Friday. I felt like just uneasy, right? Yeah. So then I called my mom on Saturday, and I was like, "Dude, I was getting so upset because I felt like something was here, like something was visiting, and I couldn't do anything about it. It was just bugging me." And my mom was like trying to give me like tips from like when I was younger or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So then yesterday night, when you left, we were watching Transformers. And he had fallen asleep. So I was scared because I still felt like something was in the office, but I didn't tell Martin yet because he just got home and then the next day you filmed the podcast.
Right.
So I was like, I'm like kind of scared because I was sitting in the same spot I was the night before and Martin had fallen asleep. And I kept looking back and I saw he was asleep. So like every loud noise the movie made, I was getting like scared. So then I was like, I'm not getting punked in my own house. Like, this is not happening. So I was sitting there and I was like talking myself like off the ledge, and I was like, okay, like I'm in my house, like if anything happens I can call Martin, he's behind me, like I'm not here alone, like, but neither time I was there alone. It was just making me mad. I wasn't scared, I was just like mad that something was there.
Damn.
So then Martin, I get scared enough and I turn off the movie and I like get up real quick and I wake him up and I was like, let's go to bed.
Yeah.
So we go to lay down and I finally, like, I turn off all the lights. He's, like, asleep. I didn't turn off the light in the living room. I made him do it, and he was all half asleep, confused. So then I was, like, setting up our bedroom to go to bed.
Right.
And I laid down, and we finally laid down, and Martin finally fell asleep again, and he was, like, snoring. And he, like, jerks himself and wakes up. And it scared the shit out of me because I had just calmed down. Like, I had just forgotten everything that happened outside. So it was, like, dead silent.
Yeah.
And Martin's, like, shakes, and he wakes up, and he's like, whoa. And I said, what happened? He's like, someone was chasing me. I said, huh? And he said, someone was chasing me. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go back to sleep. Literally like that, turned around and rolled to sleep. Yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, I was kind of spooked again because it was like, I just calmed down. He scared me. And then the second time I was laying on my back, holding my phone up. So like my arms were kind of like up, like bent, whatever. And it was probably like half an hour, 45 minutes later. And we're laying back to back and I'm laying on my back. So I'm on my side. He's laying on his back and he like completely rolls over and looks at me and like grabs my arm and he grabbed my arm and like pulls it to his face. So now I'm laying like this, like touching his face. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, huh? And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, no, nothing. And I was like, huh? And he like started to fall asleep again. Like literally woke up like that, grabbed my arm and then like fell asleep. And I was like, that was so weird. So then I was like, no, you're not leaving me like this. So I turn around, he turns around, he tries to fall back asleep, and I poke him, and I'm like, hey, what happened? And he was like, oh, I just missed you. And I was like, okay, and turns around and falls asleep like that. After that, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. So I turned off my phone, and I fell asleep.
Damn.
And this morning, it was like normal. We woke up, and like, we had the windows open, the doors open, like, pushing all the energy out. And that was that.
On me, hey. Ooh.
Bro, and I don't remember not a damn thing.
Nah?
No. Nothing. I don't. The last thing that I remember is I passed out. I went to bed and that was it. And then I woke up at 6 a.m. like casual. So like I don't know what that whole thing was about. And like now that I think about it, And I'm not saying I was possessed or anything, but what if in one moment, whatever that thing was, it had that memory just for like a second. Think of it like it was a memory. It was the thing talking to Kat. That somebody was chasing him. What did Captain Hook do when he got out the car?
He chased it.
What if that was the reaction since that's the event that we were talking about?
Yo. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to work for sure today. Yeah,
dude, and that just gives me the goosebumps, bro. Of how uneasy that fucking feeling is.
Well, just think about it though. Like you're saying, like something's chasing me. I mean, Captain Hook over there was running after it.
It can't be a coincidence that we talked about that story about that night, and we haven't experienced anything since.
If you think of it now, it's just It's just us two, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, don't. Hey, I'm about to go to church. I'm about to start going to church.
I think it's just that we gave it, I guess, some power.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just,
Hey, I respect it. I'm gonna need my power back.
Yeah. So that was the wild night, man. Of like,
yeah.
After the fact of us wrapping it up with that podcast.
Damn.
Yeah. So, it was a weird one, but I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray.
I'm not gonna lie.
And hopefully we could be fine. Nothing else will come after us or anything like that. And let's just hope and pray that nobody wishes that upon us tampoco.
Well, for sure.
Because I wouldn't doubt it if somebody just, wants to sprinkle a little bit of saltiness on us. Let's talk about conspiracies.
Ooh, which kind?
So what kind of conspiracy have you been watching lately? Any conspiracy theories?
Oh, I had to say it had to be some UFO ones.
The UFO ones?
Uh-huh.
And we had some of those encounters too, bro.
Yeah, in my house. For sure.
Yeah. It's insane just the amount of shit out there. But okay, I'm gonna ask you this question then.
All right,
do you believe in aliens?
Fuck yeah. 100%.
I do too.
I mean,
there's no way that we have this big ass galaxy and there's nobody else around us. You know what I'm hoping for?
What?
I'm hoping to find my doppelganger out there.
Oh.
Out in outer space.
Out in outer space?
Mm-hmm.
Just like...
Maybe he's a skinnier version of me. Like, do you think that? Maybe he's the short, skinny version of me.
Maybe he has your dream job.
Maybe.
In that world.
In that world. If that's the case, he's a bitch. Fuck you.
I respect that.
He's skinny and he's short and he has the dream job. Wow.
Oh, me. I'd feel the same way if my doppelganger had the fucking company I want. I don't know. I respect that.
Oh my God. This other one too, like, what do you think about the whole Jeffrey Epstein? So like those of you that don't know about the Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, that's wild.
He's a pedophile.
No, 100%.
He had a lot of people coerce these young women.
Yeah.
Little girls. Like what, they were high school, I want to say. They were in high school. And he would bring them to his mansion in Miami.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in Florida, I'm sorry. I don't know exactly where exactly he had his mansion, but it was like the rich area of Florida. And then he would get other girls to bring them different little girls from school. And they would be at the low end of Florida.
Yeah.
So they would tell them like, hey, like this guy's paying like $100 or $200 something, something crazy like that. And a lot of them, like, when they come from public school, public education, like, and they're not used to seeing money like that, and just $200 just for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot, and especially if it's coming from a different state,
Mm-hmm.
So like $200 is a lot back then, when this whole thing was happening.
Yeah.
So, he would have them bring these girls.
Yeah.
And they would do massage to him, but then it was also like he would do other things. It was more than that, obviously.
Oh, bro, that was wild.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. And his wife was in on it too. What's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell? I forgot her name. It starts with a G. Something Maxwell.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, she's in trial right now, I believe, because she was also found, being accomplished, and she did.
Yeah.
She had assistants that would do the same thing for Epstein.
Oh my God!
And like it wasn't just like, okay, like, local girls or anything like that. Nah, they would be like, all right, from different ones from different countries. There was one, I think, that they had that became his personal assistant.
Yeah.
And they took her to travel with them. So like, for example, they went to like Spain or the UK or stuff like that. And they met these other people that were in high power. Mm-hmm. He would be like, well, like, have you ever, met my assistant? And he would force his assistant to do shit with them. And now,
that's crazy.
In one of the instances, I think it was like a UK prime minister that was caught up in the mix of that. And she confessed about it, and he denies, obviously, the allegations. But I don't know where that's going with that court case.
Mm-hmm.
But with the whole thing with Epstein, it's wild just how fucked up this dude was, and like I can't even imagine how many women he did. And the amount that came forward, I doubt that it was like even a quarter of it. I think there was more victims. I wouldn't doubt it if there was more out there that didn't talk about it. Maybe they wanted to talk about it. It's just insane that he had his whole wife do that too. He's as dirty as that fool.
Oh, me. Dude, awesome. That's creepy though, bro.
Yeah.
Having your own wife help you out on that.
And then the island, the island itself. Have you been seeing the people that swam into the island and climbed inside and were videotaping the whole island of Epstein?
Nah, I've seen like just like clips,
like TikTok clips and stuff
from far away. And
yeah, no. So
like, that's it.
So there's a guy on YouTube. He went into the island. He snuck in. It was a group of them, and they snuck into the island, and they were videotaping everything. They were videotaping the mansion that he had in that island, and then on top of it, there was in the documentary series. They talked about this other building that was separated from the main one, and that building, is supposedly was Epstein's like special, house, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was that special house, that would be wrong.
Yeah.
So it was this white building, and you look into it, and you can see like the stuff that's still kind of there. Certain shit that hasn't been touched, and supposedly in that room is where there was a lot of shit that was caught in that room.
Yeah.
So like the other theory is that Epstein had videotaped everything on the island. He had cameras and everything.
That I did hear about that.
So regardless of what it was, this dude knew who he was inviting. He understood the people that he was inviting, and I'm pretty sure he probably covered his ass a lot. So that's why he was just like, "No, I'm gonna get all these cameras to make sure like my island is safe. That way I can see everybody too, whoever's coming in and out."
Yeah.
So I think you had to be invited, right?
Something like that, yeah.
If you were cool with them, because it wouldn't be like, oh, just anybody.
A random person, yeah.
Yeah, no. If you knew who this dude was, hey, okay, cool. That's how you would get access to his private island. Yep. But in this private island, supposedly, it was just fucking free ball in the whole damn thing.
Hell no.
It's insane. And like some of the girls that they would have, they would take them over there to that fucking island, fly them over there.
Yeah, that's crazy though, bro. That's really crazy.
And it's crazy that it took that long for them to catch on.
It was a menace.
Yeah.
It was a menace, but
no, he's a nasty menace.
Oh, 100%.
So I just couldn't believe that. Like, how fucked up that dude fucking treated women.
Nah, for real,
and then,
dude.
like, the wife. And it was insane, like, the amount of lists. Like, I don't know if they released the list completely yet, but Epstein had a list of kind of like a guest list of people who visited the island.
I know, if I'm not mistaken, quote me if I'm wrong, I know Chris Tucker was one of them because he came out in the documentary.
Probably.
Yes, it was.
Probably.
Because he came out in the documentary, he was hugged up next to him. I was like, yo.
He was hugged up next to him and like these other politicians too. Bill Clinton was one of them. Donald Trump was one of them.
Yeah.
But, and the thing is like, okay, these are all theories that we have, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily all these people are probably going to touch little girls.
Nah.
Maybe they were just going to visit the island. Maybe they were just, But this island had a reputation of having these services.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you went into the island, I mean, you definitely gotta, got some questions.
Yeah.
So who else was on that list? Yeah. Bill Gates was one.
What? Bill Gates?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. I believe that.
So if you Google the list, you'll have a bunch of names that you might not even know. Nah. But there's a bunch. There's a lot of them. A lot of CIA, ex-CIA.
I believe that though.
But it's crazy. And you know what? The way that it ended is he obviously got caught. People came forward. Some of the victims came forward. He got caught. In the mix of getting caught, he was just like trying to get this whole defense team, his lawyers trying to get him out of it.
Yeah.
And he had obviously he had money and he had power.
No, 100%.
Because imagine like that list that you got, and you got a lot of high politicians. Like, come on now, like definitely you got some strings to pull in that shit. So that shit itself, it's wild.
It is. It is wild.
He was in the maximum state prison, right, or facility
and then another
Manhattan.
thing.
What's up?
Remember, I don't know where it was, where when he went to jail, I guess I don't know what it was that they just started putting rip, like R.I.P. R.I.P. 2 days later, he ends up dying.
Oh shit. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
he got.
Yeah, no, news travels fast in there too. So if like shit's gonna happen, shit's gonna go down. But then I'm pretty sure I would have doubted if this dude had like, oh, if you don't get me out, telling somebody like, hey, if you don't get me out, then I'm gonna leak all this footage that I got on you or something, blackmailing somebody. And they were like, well, do I take the blackmail or do we take this dude out? Because it was not a suicide, bro.
Nah,
they ruled it as a suicide.
Yeah,
but the way that they explained it is you have this bone like right here, where your Adam's apple is in the neck area. That when if you put a rope around your neck or anything like that, or any sheet, you can you would break that bone in a specific type of way. And it wasn't broken in the way that it should have been. It was broken in the way of somebody choking this dude out because and then this private examiner showed interest in that shit. So yeah, that shit's wild. And
damn.
And yeah, his wife is currently in trial, and I hope that right now she's still in trial, and she's denying to have any type of involvement or anything like that.
There's a whole ass documentary though.
Oh, I know.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way she's denying all that. There's a whole ass documentary.
She's as guilty as he was. So like,
nah, for sure.
I don't think that there's any way that she can run away from this.
Yeah, nah.
No, she has to serve some time. And you know what? There was some of the victims that did all these things, and they brought all these poor innocent women. They should also be held accountable. I get it. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you brought these poor women, these poor innocent women that had absolutely nothing to do, and you brought them in here because you were getting paid.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like, oh, you just bring them. No, they were getting paid per person that they brought.
Yeah.
So it was just like, no, like, you had your equal involvement too. There definitely should be some time served on your part, because there's no way that you're sleeping good at night at home, knowing that you ruined multiple innocent little girls' lives.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, hopefully they get justice for those people. Yeah. And just have her serve the time she needs to be served, and that's it.
Yeah, because like, it wasn't right.
It wasn't.
Just insane. That whole thing is insane. That trial is insane. The documentary is insane.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, bro, like, it's crazy that there's people of power that can do that shit and get away with it for so fucking long.
Yeah. And we've seen that documentary with El Compa Shorty, huh?
Yeah. Because he didn't know about it.
Nah,
but he knew
some. Yeah, he knew some, and he was just like, hey, did y'all see the documentary? And we're like, nah. And that's when we started watching it with them.
Yeah. It's
mind blowing though. Really sad too.
Hell yeah.
Super sad.
I feel bad for the victims.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. For them to go through that.
That's a lot. That's a lot of burden.
It is.
Holy shit. What other conspiracy that you got in mind?
What about the UFO ones where the government's slowly releasing videos?
That's wild. Like, how were you so stuck on like, oh, aliens don't exist. Yeah. There's no such thing as UFOs. And now all of a sudden, oh, well, you know what? I think we have some sightings.
Yeah, they start throwing like little videos out there. That's what I'm saying. It's weird because they tried hiding that so much.
Yeah, remember the whole thing with Area 51 when everybody's about to storm?
Yeah.
Storm the whole thing. I don't understand who the fuck came up with that, but
whoever it did, bro, he was on something.
The memes were funny. The memes were all funny. Running away with my alien.
Yeah, running. Oh, dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But if I'm being honest with you, I don't think aliens look like what we depict them to look like.
Right.
Like, people say, like, they look green, they look pale. You know what I think about it, honestly? Is maybe they kind of look like us.
I could see that.
But maybe their organs are different.
Yeah.
Like, they just look like us, but maybe they bleed differently, you know? Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
That's a good, I could see.
Because, like, I just don't see them with 4 eyes and just antennas. Like,
I can't either. It's just how you're saying. I feel like there's just like,
bro, a while ago there was this tweet that fucked me up seeing it, and it was funny because it said, what if UFOs are just billionaires in other planets, they're just coming to visit ours. Shit fucked me up because I was just like,
Yo,
what the
what? Hey, that could be one. That could be a possibility. You don't know that. Billionaires from another.
Because, like, think about it, man. They're visiting us. They're probably like, oh, look at these Earthlings.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That could also be. That could be one, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's so much.
I don't know.
There's so much.
But like, it's crazy how their technology might be advanced and ours is barely getting there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't even if aliens were to invade us, I'm sorry, I think we're losing. There's no way.
Yeah, I'd give up at this point.
Yeah, there's no way
I'd hella give up at this point. Like,
if they got these UFOs that can fly quicker than any aircraft that we got.
You can disintegrate. Oh hell no.
Yeah, no, I can't.
No.
Can't fucking picture that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'll just be like, you know what? Go ahead, disintegrate me at this point. For her.
Oh my god. Marvel conspiracy theories. Let's see.
Oh.
So I mean, there's not no bad ones.
Yeah.
That I can think of, like how we've been talking about it. But some of the Marvel conspiracy theories is, what do you think? Robert Downey Jr. is coming back?
Yeah, I feel it. I don't know why. I just feel it.
It has to be for Secret Wars and all these other projects that they got.
Sure,
they definitely got to come back.
Yeah,
because I can, like I said, like I can see the projects and what they believe in and like all these other things that they want to bring back.
Yeah.
So there's obviously these open timelines and the whole thing that happened with Kang, like
different parallel universes,
and you know what's trippy about that?
What
is that whole thing of like in Ant-Man being reduced into atoms and all that, and you know how there's different when you shrink, there's different things around you. So like around us right now, we're breathing air, but we don't see the air.
Yeah, nah.
We don't see any of these chemicals that we're breathing in or anything like that. You can't physically see that necessarily, but when you're reduced to like a small particle,
particles,
you can see the atoms, you can see how they look like. Bro, I wonder who the fuck was able to look at all that shit. Like, who came up with the idea of like, oh, I'm just gonna take this little microscope, zoom in, and look at all these parasites, looking at all these little things that are flying in here, like, you know. Like, I know we learned that in school, but I was just like, who the fuck invented that? Or who even thought about it one day of like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get this telescope. I'm just going to look straight at the ground. Let's see if I find anything.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so I don't know, but it's trippy. It's trippy with that whole thing.
It is. It really is. It's trippy, but like I said, though, when you asked, I could see him coming back.
Yeah.
I could see him.
Yeah, no, I can see him. I can see Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. Like Chris Evans. I can see all of them coming back.
There isn't any update on Chris Hemsworth?
So the last update that I think I saw was that when he got told that he had the high risk of having Alzheimer's, I believe that's what he was going to get diagnosed with. He kind of, not that he spiraled, but he kind of like he valued the life that he has with his kids.
Yeah.
And he definitely wanted to take that as a priority. Right. I don't know, maybe, but I don't think he's going to take a break from acting. I think he
just wants to spend time with his family.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he is. Well, I mean, he is, because at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, it says he's going to come back.
Yeah.
So
Thor will return.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
So I think maybe he's just taking a break, and you know, and maybe it's a good thing. You know, Marvel definitely needs a little bit of space for all these projects, because they got a lot of projects.
Oh, they do.
And like, to have them be consistent, I love it. I love it that they're getting consistent. But I would rather wait for it and have it done perfectly than to rush it, and then there's all these stuff missing. Because I don't know if you saw like She-Hulk.
Oh,
it was just not it.
Nah, it wasn't it.
And I was just like, okay, what the fuck happened? Where the fuck is this going? And for those of you who haven't seen it, I encourage you guys to watch it. I love watching all the Marvel movies, shows. Yeah. I'll watch them. They can be bad, but I'll still fucking watch them because I enjoy it. So, in the end of it, the whole thing with Hulk and the size difference, I was like, this dude is, I'm sorry, like, he's supposed to be massive as hell. He's supposed to be big.
Yeah.
Why do they make him so small?
They made Abomination look bigger.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck happened? Because in the Incredible movie, in the Incredible Hulk, him and Abomination were the exact same size.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Hulk was a little bit bigger than the MCU ones that they have. because these other ones they make them buff and built, but they don't make him tall like how he's supposed to.
Yeah,
because the dude's supposed to be like a giant.
Yeah.
So I don't really quite understand. And like I know that there was certain comic book characters of like, oh, the angrier that he gets, the bigger,
stronger,
the bigger and the stronger that he gets.
Yes, sir.
And it is true, but I don't know if this applies to this whole vocal.
Well, yeah, because I could see that.
I don't know, but there's just, like I said, I'd rather be patient, give it its time.
Yeah.
For them to perfect it, because I enjoy watching all those movies, and I don't care how long they're gonna take. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna be a fan.
No,
that's not the only franchise that I'm in love with. I'm also in love with the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, for sure.
Transformers, Harry Potter. I'm definitely a Harry Potter fan.
Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I respect that.
What other ones? There's a bunch of movie series. Avatar.
Oh,
the Avatar series.
Avatar. Yeah.
That one's a good one.
That one is a good one.
I can't wait for all these other lineup movies that they got for that one. Watching this one after what? It was like 10. No, it was longer than that. 20?
Yeah. 20. Yeah.
20 years?
Yeah.
I think it was like, I don't even fucking remember. But it was a long period of time.
Yeah, it was.
From them filming it, because who was it? It was the main actor. He said in an interview, he was just like, oh, when I was filming these movies, I was in my 20s. He was like, I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was in my 30s. He was in his 30s. 20 years later, he's like, now I'm in my 50s. Now I'm listening to this. Now I'm trying to do all these stunts, trying to do all these things in my 50s. And I'm like, damn, it took that long, that whole project.
Damn. It was a good movie though.
Yeah,
really,
for sure.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
For sure. There's a lot of things. I mean, we watch a lot of stuff together, and I like it. I mean, we watched the whole Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. That shit left us uncomfortable.
Oh my god, dude, that show is one of the most. I just want to party.
I just want to party. Yeah, no.
Nah.
It made us all uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a friend of ours that we named her after that, bro. Her name's Vicky Dahmer. She's a killer out here, bro. She's a menace, bro. She's a menace to society.
On me.
Yeah.
On me.
That's funny. Oh my god. No, man. I mean, I think that's all I got for this episode.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Stay tuned to the next one.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one.
Mm-hmm.